everybody, this is Tanisha Ellsworth. I'm distributor with It Works Global. I apologize in advance if the camera is shaking or the quality sucks or whatever. I'm currently headed to a rap party, so I'm trying to focus on the road. But I wanted to do this quick video for new distributors or even people that are interested in joining this business. I've currently been in the business for a month now, and I just wanted to touch base on some things that I've noticed, some tips that I've gained from others as well as myself, and just to kind of keep everybody encouraged and on the right path, so that you don't quit. Because even within this month, I've had moments where I've wanted to just say, you know what, this isn't going to work for me. It's just not happening, so I'm just going to throw in the towel. But I had to come back down to reality and realize, you know what, at the end of the day, with any business, this being my third business, second as far as direct sales is concerned, with anything that you do, you have to be willing to put in the work, to hit the pavement, to sow seeds, basically. And that's pretty much what it boils down to. You know, when you're handing out those blitz cards, you're sowing seeds. When you're talking to people, you're sowing seeds. You know, when you're posting on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, you're sowing seeds. And that's kind of how you have to look at it. You can't look at it as, okay, well, I'm doing all of this and nobody's saying anything to me. People are watching. Whether they say something to you or not, people are watching. I've had people that I may have talked to when I first started a month ago, or prior to, because I actually pre-advertised and things like that before I even got my kit. And I did that maybe, I don't know, almost a month before I even bought the kit. So I've had people who I may have talked to way back then, just now, maybe this week or last week, say, hey, I have a question about the rap or whatever. So you have to know that you're sowing seeds, and don't take anything for granted and think that it's not working, because best believe it is. It may not work on your timetable in the way that you feel that it should be going, but people are watching and you're sowing seeds. So that's one thing to keep in mind as a new distributor, because you can get so wrapped up and so focused on the ranks that everybody else is talking about. I know I've had that problem within the last few weeks. I've had to kind of talk myself through it and just pray about it, because I see all these good things about new distributors starting, and they signed up last night and they got 3 LCs and 2 DTs, or they signed up this morning and they got a whole slew of people on their team all of a sudden, different things like that. Everybody's business is gonna manifest differently. God is gonna do different things for different people in different manners. He's no respecter of persons, yes, but at the same time, what he does for one person in one way, it may be a totally different scenario for you. And I say that simply because, okay, take for instance, all right, so this person signed up this morning. You're looking at it like, okay, well, they just signed up and they already have 3 LCs and 2 DTs. What's up with that? I have nothing. You do have something. What have you gained from that? What have you gained from the month or few days or whatever that you've been in the business? Has it helped your confidence level? Have you been more willing to talk to people? Have you prayed more? Have you been more open? Like, something has changed, regardless of how something took place for you. And I say that because when I started seeing that, and here it is, like, okay, I've been in a month. I had to cancel my auto ship at the last minute, which just almost devastated me, because it's like I knew it was coming. I planned for this. Like, I had the money, I was budgeted correctly, everything was set up right. But at the end of the day, you never know what's gonna happen, and so you kind of have to plan for what's the worst that can happen kind of scenario. And unfortunately, I didn't. So when it all boiled down to it, and it came time for my auto ship to come out, I had to make a hasty decision, and I had to pull out, which I don't want to say I regret it, because you can't have any regrets, but I just know going forward now that I have to have a different strategy when it comes to my auto ship. And my strategy basically just is put it in my savings account, so it doesn't matter what happens, I don't see it, until the day before when it's time to come out, because I don't check my savings account. It's money that goes in there, and that's just that. So that's one thing to look at it, or else what I should have done, instead of quickly applying that money to a bill, and somebody has said that before, I believe it may have been Lydia Diaz. I watched one of her videos, and I think she said that, and I probably should have listened a little bit better. But instead of paying a bill or just, you know, blowing that money, you just put it in your savings. You know, save it for that auto ship, because you're definitely gonna want to make sure that you have that auto ship. Because, and I say that because, like I said, I was very devastated that I didn't do my auto ship, because at the end of the day, what it is I missed out on those commissions from those customers that I did gain, you know, and you can't get that back. So just going forward, it's kind of like whenever I sell a box of wraps or whatever I'm doing, that's the first thing I do. I'm going to take out a portion, if not all of it, and put it to the side for that auto ship. I'm already prepared for it. So when it comes, I don't have to worry about, oh man, you know, this came up or that came up. No, I'm going to be able to take care of it, because that's top priority for running your business. So you want to make sure you're doing that. You want to make sure you have a goal in mind every day. Don't overwhelm yourself with, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to go out and talk to 50 people or whatever the case is. Set an attainable goal for yourself so that you don't discourage yourself. Just as the saying goes, you know, there's a gospel song that says you have to encourage yourself. Just in that same instance, you can very easily discourage yourself by setting the bar too high. And it's not that you're not a go-getter. It's not that you don't have the qualities to do it. You just, in your mind, you go too far. And sometimes we can do that. We can push ourselves too far sometimes. And that's not saying that you don't have faith. That's not saying that, you know, it can't be done. But set attainable goals. Something that's going to push you, but at the same time, if you don't reach, you know, that full thing, you're not going to be devastated about it. And that's another thing that I had to come to terms with when I first started. I was setting some unrealistic goals in terms of what I saw going forward for my business. And by that, I mean, I would say, okay, I'm going to blitz 10 people, or I'm gonna, you know, I don't know. Let me see, because I have a calendar book that's specifically set for my It Works business. And what I'll do is every week I'll sit down on Sunday and I'll say, okay, what do I want to accomplish this week? What do I want to accomplish this month? What do I want to accomplish each day? And at the very beginning, you know, based off of the research things that I did, it was like, okay, I just need to blitz. So I'd say, oh, I'm going to blitz 15 people today. I'm going to do this. I'm going to call this many people today. For one, life is going to get in the way. That's what's so great about this business. You can work it on your time. You don't have to stress about, oh my God, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. And what I say is, some days I didn't even interact with 10 people. You know, depending on what your situation was or how your day went. You know, if you're working a 9-to-5 job and you just happen to just be slammed with work, you may not go out for lunch. You know, thinking that, okay, I have that lunch period to, you know, talk to people. Or even so, then you may very well come into contact with 10 people, but who's to say those 10 people are going to be receptive or even, you know, interested? Because I've had some situations where I've interacted with people and I've been in front of people, but guess what? They're so ready to move on to the next person. They're like, okay, we're done with your business, here you go. And it's like, oh shoot, I didn't even get a chance to, you know, get that blitz card out or get a chance to even ask them, have they heard about it? So in saying that, here's a tip. If you're going through the drive-thru, or you're going through, let's say you're at Walmart and you're checking out, or you're at the customer service booth, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and you're getting ready to exchange business, whenever you take out whatever it is that you need to do, you automatically take out that blitz card. And you can do it one or two ways. You can hand that blitz card over when you hand over what it is that you need to hand over to them. Like, for instance, if you're in the drive-thru, before you hand over your payment, hand over that blitz card with it. And if not, when they give you that receipt back, you say, hey, thank you, here's the coupon. Something, you have to already have it out, because I know for a fact, screwed myself over a few times because I'm digging in my purse for the blitz card. Oh my God, let me give you a coupon. And then they're like, what? You know, no, that's okay. You know, cool. No, thank you. Or whatever the case is. And then in some instances, you have to know when to say, hey, can I give you a coupon? Or, hey, here's a coupon. Because you can kind of read people, and it's like, depending on how they're moving around, like I said, you know, you have those people that are too busy. Now, I don't even give you the option of, hey, can I give you a coupon? As soon as you're busy, so am I. Hey, here's a coupon. And then sometimes they will stop and be like, oh, you know, hey, what's this? The kind of thing. And they may ask you questions, they may not. But just know that you've sown that seed, and don't get discouraged. joke around. And then I just, no, that's okay. You know, if you make eye contact with me, or I see that, you know, you're talking to somebody, or whatever, maybe I don't know, just get scared in my own right. I get in my own way. And then, bam, I have no idea of knowing whether or not you know about this product or not, and whether or not, you know, you're going to benefit from it. I've cheated myself the opportunity. And when it comes to, you know, telling people about the business and stuff, you don't want to, of course, breathe it down their neck. You don't want to have word vomit, which is another thing that I'll touch on, because that's a problem that I had in the very beginning, is talking entirely too much. You don't want to overdo it. Keep it as simple as possible. Like so many people have said, and it's very true, that Blitz card speaks for itself. You know, that's your advertising tool. It's marketing for you. You don't have to overdo it. You don't have to go into ingredients and things like that. You know, unless of course somebody asks you a question, and then if that's the case, I carry a wrap box in my purse. You want to know what's in it? Hey, here you go. These are the ingredients. You know. And that solves that question, because then it's, you know, they're looking at you like, oh wow, you're prepared. You know, and at the same time, you've answered their question without sitting there trying to figure it all out on your own, or let me Google. You know, you haven't lost that credibility with them. So, oh my God, where was I going with that? I don't even know. But my point is, don't overdo it. Don't overthink it. You know, just keep it calm and collected. Because you can very easily lose somebody just by talking entirely too much, and that's something that you don't want to do. And that's an issue that I had in the very beginning. I was so excited about this product, and I just knew that people were going to be interested in it, that I talked entirely too much, and I'm pretty sure I lost prospects because of it, because I was just running my mouth entirely too much. Nobody wants to hear all of that, you know. Just keep it simple. So I feel like I've talked entirely too much. I've ranted on about probably a bunch of nothing, but that was just some things that were on my mind for new distributors. You know, the bottom line is you're sowing seeds. Don't be discouraged. And keep it simple. Get out of your own way. Don't let you be the reason that you don't share this information with somebody else, because you never know what they can benefit from it, whether it's becoming a DT, whether it's becoming an LC, you know, whether it's that simply you just made their day because you were so outgoing. You just never know. And don't give up. You know, re-strategize. If you see that something's not working for you, sit down and figure out, okay, well, what can I do better? What can I do differently? That's something that I've started to do every week. At the end of the week, I go over my goals and I say, okay, what goals did I complete? What goals am I gonna re-tackle for next week? What can I do differently? What did I say to this person that I might not want to say? Or, you know, my interaction with this person, how did it affect how I went about my day? Different things like that. That's how you want to look at it. And, oh man, I need to turn right there. And that's kind of how I had to look at it, especially recently. I've just now started going out and like blitzing aggressively, if you will, handing out blitz cards everywhere I go. And I'm just re-strategizing, you know? Like I said, when you're at the drive-thru or conducting business, I already have that blitz card out. I already have that blitz card out and ready to go. So it's not like you're digging in your purse. And even sometimes if it's already out, sometimes people will stop and say, well, what's that? And then you go, oh, you know, here's a coupon I was going to give you. They're going to ask you what it's for. You know, you find what works for you, and you just go from there. But the bottom line, and like I said before, and I'll say it again, I just can't stress it enough, just be encouraged. Be encouraged daily. Surround yourself with other people. Surround yourself with your team. If your team is not supportive, we have a whole family, you know, of people that you can go to. If your team isn't giving you the support that you need, just reach out to someone else. Ask questions, you know. And when you get to that place of encouragement, you encourage the rest of your team. We surround ourselves with like-minded people, you know, and we're people helping people. So at the end of the day, just be encouraged. Know that you're sowing seeds. Get out of your own way and keep it simple. That's all it is to it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this video because I feel like I should do another one, but because I've talked so much on this one, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop it here. If you have any questions, or, you know, if you want to link up with me on Facebook, definitely do so. I'm constantly connecting with people just based off of, you know, questions and things. Somebody will ask a question and then I'm like, oh, friend that person because I like what they said or whatever. I'm constantly building my network of encouraging people. So again, you know, if you like it, you can comment, you can subscribe. There are more videos to come. I'm gonna just kind of just go through what I'm going through in hopes that maybe it'll help somebody else. Maybe it helped you, maybe it didn't. That's all good. But I'm getting ready to go to this rap party, so I'm super excited about that. Woo! Cammy's here, super stoked about that. So yeah, that's it. Everybody have a great day. Be blessed. And I look forward to hearing everybody's story. I look forward to meeting everybody in the near future. And that's all. Bye.